Some games generally come out of nowhere and become the biggest surprises of the year for you. Although owning Sonic Air Riders and other Sonic racing games, I have never actually played. Similarly, I own the entire Mario Kart franchise and have at least played each of them to a degree despite the games pissing me off. It's Mario Kart. You get mad too. There will definitely be comparisons between the two since they're both racing games, it's only natural. However, I can definitely say that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is arguably my favorite racing game of all time, which used to belong to Mario Kart Double Dash. This game masterfully retains the feel of an arcade-like racing game while giving me the joy of playing it for so many hours, and without realizing the day has even practically ended. If I could put it in words that would resonate with people who have been gaming for nearly 3 decades, Sonic Cross Worlds gives me the feeling of getting a brand new game, reading the back of the case, and looking through the manual all on the ride home. Let me know if you can relate with that in the comment section below. As I stated before, the game feels pretty arcade-like. I feel like the game is like when you go to round 1, you go to Dave & Buster's and you see the machine in there for even Mario Kart, right? Or any of those old school racing games, and you kind of just hop in and you're driving. Those games kind of have this feel to them, and I feel like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds retains that feel exactly. Because of this, the game feels unique. Sure, Mario Kart World feels very polished in its feel, but I do think there is a lane in the market for something that doesn't feel exactly like that. Now, I know people will probably hold Mario Kart as the golden standard for racing games, but racing games come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. You have Need for Speed, Burnout, Forza, if you like the more realistic. I don't really like those. Like Midnight Club back in the day, yeah, but when it comes down to it, I'm more of the cartoony, chaotic kind of guy when it comes to these kinds of games, and I feel like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds has the perfect blend of that chaos while also actually rewarding skill, which we'll also talk about. The gadget customization section of this game is awesome. Now, don't get me wrong, some of these are quite bullshit, but that's the fun of it, right? If you are playing from a casual perspective or even like a competitive casual perspective, like a mix of the two, not full-blown try hard, right? There are so many different things that you can pretty much customize for your character specifically to help you out in any specific type of race. The festival mode is on right now when you have to get the coins to try to get the bonus at the end to try to help your team get an edge in case you guys didn't come in the best places. You have gadgets that you can use that help you with that. When it comes to the tricks version of the festival, you have gadgets that can help you for that. Or when it comes to just queuing up in the world match with the homies, you have gadgets that can help make you express how you want to play the game in the best way, shape, or form, while also actually being viable and helping offset the weaknesses of maybe your car or your extreme gear, or of course just the character that you've selected as well, which there are a lot of characters in this game, and I think that's really cool. I think they are a nice touch to the game that also makes Sonic Racing Cross Worlds unique, especially from the other games on the market, and I really think that if you are someone that likes to be as creative as possible with these sort of things, this customization will be for you 1000%. I also really like the ability to be able to customize our vehicles, right? I've seen some sick ass extreme gears online on Twitter. The Dreamcast extreme gear is so damn dope, and I am so surprised that that was actually even made in the first place. It makes me want to go in there and make a purple GameCube extreme gear, right? And so I think with the full game, being able to customize the palettes of these cars and even adding decals and all these other sorts of things will really get to show people creative expression, not just from a gameplay sense like the gadgets, but of course their artistic vision with how they want to ride out and how they want to make their vehicles look as swaggy as possible. And I like that added touch because of course in Mario Kart they have a variety of karts, which is really cool, but you don't really get to change the colors of them yourself or anything of that sort. You can put stickers on them, that's cool, but I really like the full-fledged amount of work that got put into pretty much allow you to pick the colors and where they go on the vehicle and stuff like that, and I think that's really cool in this game. The music is phenomenal. I don't know what people are talking about when it comes to the drop on Apados, that level. I don't care. Overall, Sonic music has never let me down ever, and I feel like in Sonic Racing Cross World, the music is one of the main things that not only makes me want to cut the game on, but it makes me excited to see the future courses that were not in the open network test that is currently happening right now. I love the music favorite songs, Wonder Museum, and of course, I sadly don't know the name of this level, but it is the Ice level. I love those two tracks. My top two easily, with Wonder Museum being the #1 track in the game. But every time I get on a level, I am not disappointed by the soundtrack. You got blends of this jazzy kind of hip hop feel, and then you can go full EDM, techno, you name it. There is a vibe in this game for you, and that is the beauty of the versatility of Sega's music department, who just got in the booth and absolutely slapped on this soundtrack. I love the soundtrack in this game, and again, I am so excited to see the rest of the courses, not only because the course designs are so good, but I just want to be able to hear this music. And speaking of courses, let's actually talk about them. I actually like the Crossworlds mechanic in this game a lot. The courses in any game are the bread and butter. Any racing game are the bread and butter. You can have all these cool things, but if the courses suck, nobody's gonna want to play the game. I am very happy to be able to see that Crossworlds actually has god-like tracks, and the Crossworlds mechanic is even better. Look, let's face it, Mario Kart World, in my opinion, has some of the best course designs in its entire series. However, being forced to play on intermissions is it's a chore. It sucks. Nobody wants to do it. It's bad, period. And the overwhelming amount of people that are vocal about this, not only you could just see it in the game where people are forced onto these things, but when they see a course, everybody's picking it. It just goes to show that nobody wants to play intermissions. They buy Mario Kart for the courses. So, what did Sonic Crossworlds do? Well, for one, the easy thing, they let you play on the courses. The courses are very good. And if you want to go to another course, you don't have to play Highway Simulator. You just get transported to the next course. And that's it. It's done. You're good to go. Enjoy the game, you know? You're not playing one lap of a course. You're just, oh yeah, here's this course. Boom. Right on to another course. And then boom, you're back on the course that you began on. It's like, thank you so much, you know? And just the way that the courses are kind of weaved into each other, and you go through these portals and you get to pick between which one you want to go through, especially the person like in first place, right? And not only that, sometimes when you go on a specific course, in a race, they have this thing called Frenzy Mode that either allows you to gain boosts a lot quicker or gain a little speed boost, similar to that of like mushrooms, right? You just get them repeatedly over and over and over, making the game more frantic and chaotic, but also a lot more fun. And again, the courses are the bread and butter of these things. You can't have a good racing game without courses, but it doesn't matter if you make good courses if you don't allow players to play on the courses. Nobody wants to drive in a straight line, and I'm really happy to say Sonic Racing Crossworlds got that done correctly, didn't overcomplicate it, and just allows you to play on the courses straight up. No bullshit. The courses, of course, also incorporate blends of hazards as you would expect from any like racing game of this nature, but you also have to deal with the chaos of the items. And the items are something else, right? So there are strong items in this game. You have some items that will be fairly, I want to say, familiar. Looking at you, Monster Truck. But I do say that I'm very happy that I don't have to deal with Thundershock. I hate that item. However, there is an item kind of like it, but it's a singular target item that makes you also drop your items and you can get robbed, right? So it's just kind of like, yeah, it's the same, but different in the same way, where it's not hitting everyone. And I think that goes to show how much I appreciate how, I want to say, less frustrating the items are to deal with in this game. Mario Kart is a game that will make you mad, right? You'll have fun, but you also get pissed off too, depending on how much you get into it, right? And some of the most frustrating experiences with the Mario Kart series have been from the power of the items. In Sonic Racing Crossworld, while they do have powerful items, I do feel like I can tolerate them way, way more. I have been streaming the game pretty much non-stop for, I don't know, since the open network test came out. Non-stop, I'm probably on 20 hours by now, right? I have never had a genuine moment in the game where I was literally pissed off outside of the open network test disconnecting, which, you know, hoping that that gets solved with the full release of the game. But other than that, it's been a blast, and I actually really enjoy using the items. My favorite item probably is going to be, I think it's called the Flash Whip or something. It's the one where you kind of just like, you zip in front of everyone. I think that item is really cool. I like the whole dynamic of the boxing gloves. See, the thing is that instead of throwing a red shell and it's going to hit the person that's right in front of you, I can aim the boxing glove in a way where even if someone's right in front of me, I can hit the guy that's even ahead of him, right? And I think that's really cool. And I just like how unique the items are in this game while also retaining certain similarities in some items that you'd be familiar with in other games. But it feels like they really tried their best to not only make unique items, but of course to put a spin on some of the items as well. And that's very much appreciated because I feel like the item balance in this game, while adding to the chaotic nature of this game, is still pretty damn good for what it's worth. The crossover guest characters in Sonic is going to be insane, right? I keep making memes about SpongeBob being able to race with Joker, and I think that's really funny. But the fact that you got Minecraft, Persona, all these Nickelodeon franchises coming to the game, you got Pac-Man, you got freaking Yakuza, Hatsune Miku. Damn, I was about to forget Hatsune Miku. Sega really did their homework by bringing over their IPs, right? Which, of course, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Cross worlds, we're going everywhere, cool. Make it a crossover racing game, no problem. However, Nickelodeon, you know, Avatar, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all these other IPs, right? It's just kind of crazy to me that they all got like included in this. And some people don't like that. Some people want to keep it on brand, but I think let it rip. In this era of crossovers, we see just how much not only fan bases benefit from this, but of course the companies as well, right? And if they see that the players want these things, maybe if this game gets more support down the line, we could see even more crossovers that are crazier than the ones coming to the game. All I know is that if you wanted this to just be a mostly Sega racing game, I can't say you're wrong. Literally, I can't. But I'm happy, and I'm excited to see who comes next to the roster. And I think the big part of everything and what really matters the most to me is that driving feels like it matters. On top of item management. Sure, item management really does matter, especially when you are trying to win a race, or if you're in a festival mode helping out your teammates. You want to be able to make sure that you're doing the correct thing at the right time and being able to defend yourself. The meta is going to matter a lot. However, when it comes down to it, when I drive poorly and I hit walls, I lose rings, I lose speed. I like that. I like the fact that, you know, my turns matter a lot more, and it's not all about just like, you know, starting a game, sitting in the back, bagging is what they call it, so I could purposely be in the back trying to get the best items and then kind of race my way up, right? Doesn't feel like it's that potent in this game at all. In fact, it really does feel like, you know, you can get all the items you want, but if your driving sucks, your driving sucks. And because of the feel of this game, turning feels more important in learning how to turn. And I like that. I like that there's value in actually being good in how you drive that benefits you in the long run when it comes to finding success in this game, especially if you're playing it seriously. This isn't to say that this isn't apparent in a game like Mario Kart, because of course in World you have tricking, and of course you have lines, and I've seen good Mario Kart players where they drive really well and they do really well consistently. But on average, right, going against that, it feels like because of intermissions being so prevalent in the game, especially online, sometimes the best thing to do is to just sit back, collect coins, you know, bag it up, get good items, casually pass people, and boom, now I'm on the course with one lap. Zoom! And I wish I could talk about the game more in the sense of like the courses, because again, I think those courses are some of the best, like the history of the game, as well as the whole tricking mechanics and stuff like that. This isn't to say like I want to hate on Mario Kart World. It just feels like that game was made and they did so many cool things and great things, but then like they just said, you know what, let's purposely just make it not fun by forcing people to do stuff they don't want to do, right? And so with Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, it just feels like the game came out, had its sights set on, yo, let's make this game fun and allow players to have fun, and they just put out a really great packaged game. Now, you could argue that you don't like the price point. We kind of got forced to pay $80 for Mario Kart. However, I will say that I don't mind paying the price point for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds because I feel like, one, it's that good of a game. Two, I'm enjoying myself that much. Three, the content in the game, I feel like warrants how much I'm willing to pay for it. If you disagree with that, that makes total sense. I'm not going to tell you that you have to be willing to pay this amount of money. All I'm saying is, from my perspective, I feel like I am truly getting a bang for my buck. And I'm really happy with how this game came out. It's one of the biggest surprises this year because when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh yeah, this game's cool. And then, oh shit, I could try it out? Okay, I'm gonna try it out. and now I'm addicted. Literally can't stop playing it or thinking about it. In fact, maybe it's a good thing that it's an open network test and that it's going to go away, because there's a lot of other things I need to get done. However, I want to say big shout outs to Sega for making this game. They snapped on this game in so many departments, and I'm really happy that I just get to queue up with the homies and queue up with my community on Twitch, which you should check out, by the way, and really just sit down and play this game and have a blast. And with the festival mode, of course, being able to coordinate with the homies and cop the dubs together. I really like that. It's really fun, and I cannot wait to the full release of Sonic Racing Crossworld. This game is definitely one of my favorite games that have come out this year, and I'm really surprised that after all this time, and I still love Double Dash to death, that I'm able to say that Sonic Racing Crossworld is probably, and most likely, and is definitely my favorite racing game of all time at the moment. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this game, and of course, catch you on the next video. Take it easy. Peace out. Deuces. Have a good one.